Hello? Let me see here. Okay. Hello. I I made a video on this channel about 3 or 4 years ago, and I don't know. I've always been interested in ASMR. This is just me purely like talking off the cuff. Uh but I've always really liked ASMR, and I don't really have like an agenda or a plan here. I guess it was just one of those nights I got home from like a bar and I just was like, I might as well try making like a something to keep me busy. And uh, I just grabbed some random stuff because I saw what the title of my old video was. Um, and I just figured I would, uh, I don't know, just kind of talk about whatever I feel like in like what I think is like a pretty laid back voice. I think I'm definitely a little more hyper than I used to be. Um, but I'm going to start off by talking about this. I don't know, it's not focusing, but it's Final Fantasy VII. It's one of my favorite games. I it seems like one of those things where you would think like, oh, like I grew up. Oh shit, let me try to do a little tapping. I grew up with it, but I really didn't. I grew up with a brother that was into it, and I always kind of thought it was a little fucking stupid. I was like, man, Zelda's the only cool game guy with like a sword. Um, and or Link, my bad. I'm so stupid. Uh, and I just didn't really understand this whole appeal of like a turn-based deal, you know? And just like late in life, I got really into it. The remake, Rebirth, um, Advent Children, the OG on a CRT TV, and um, I don't know. I just got kind of enveloped in the world. Um, that sounds like I'm just like trying to like talk like I'm in a commercial for the game, but it really was something different. Uh, like I put the game on and just like something about it, like I don't know if you could even call it steampunk, but I don't know. It just has such a specific aesthetic that's like exclusive to this game that I've really only seen like mimicked a couple times, and it was definitely in inspiration of this game. Like it just there was nothing else like it. I can see like when it came out. Um it really definitely was a trendsetter. There's a reason people give it the accolades that they do. Um I think I'm just riding the high of this game where I I know this is a cliche move in ASMR, but I have to still get this to qualify as ASMR and not just a video of me talking softly. Um, but that was Final Fantasy VII. I'm gonna shut up about that for now, and I'm gonna move on to Jaws. This is my 4K copy of Jaws. When I was a kid, I was afraid of horror movies, but like I definitely thought like there was some kind of magic to them because I never had seen a full one all the way through, And I just thought it was like this crazy thing where like I'm like, what kind of person can stomach something so like depraved? And that's like 6-year-old me's brain being like why would you want to watch a story that doesn't have some ending where like the guy walks off and is like, I accomplished my task, like I'm a hero, whatever that kind of stereotypical stuff is. But my intro to horror movies was Creature from the I almost said Brack, Creature from the Black Lagoon and Jaws. And as weird as it sounds, like as a little kid, it wasn't the shark. I wasn't like afraid of the shark. I would look at it and go, okay, that looks horrible, the effects. It was like the people that I was interested in, which seems like a very like weirdo, like adult, man-child, refined thing to be like, oh, there's something so interesting about the people in this old movie. But I don't know. They just really nailed every part of the story except for the effect of the shark itself. Like I think his name is Brody or something like that. I'm just taking a wild guess because I'm not going to do a bunch of research or open this up. The guy with the glasses who's like comes into town. He's like the new guy, and I just thought he was so interesting. The guy who drives like, the guy who steers the ship, who's like the captain, who's like this washed up kind of sailor type guy. They were just all like so like, I don't know, like up until that, maybe it was just like where it caught me in life, because up until that point I was just like, whoa, the Lego movie, like that was like my like, oh my god, these characters are so interesting moment, you know, instead of just watching like stupid like lights in front of me and like colors and shit. That's just where it caught me in life. I know I look like a 30-year-old man, but when the Lego movie came out, I was like 10. So, yeah, just Jaws kind of opened me up, and I was like, you know what? Like, whatever the movie's promoting or advertising, there's more to it sometimes. And that was like my epiphany. So I don't know. It's one of those things where like I can watch it so many times. And it's not about being like, oh my god, is the shark scary? And it's like a character study, is what people like say, like refer to it as. And speaking of which, I was grabbing random things to talk about. And I mentioned Creature of the Black Lagoon. This is my like Blu-ray like collector's copy of all the monsters, which I'm not really as interested in as Creature from the Black Lagoon. Maybe Invisible Man. Invisible Man is like a really good, like you're not going to get scared. You're not going to like any of like the stuff where you're like, man, that's what I want from like a monster movie. But, and I think most people know that going into like the 1930s, like Universal monster world, like that it's not really about that. It's more about the character than it is like, whoa, is this like a horror movie? But just, I don't know, something about the Creature from the Black Lagoon. I have like it's like submechanicophobia or something like that. It's like a fear of like not being able to see what's in the water, or like man-made. I think submechanicophobia is like more specific to like man-made things in water that you can't see, like an animatronic or something like that. But just I've always had a fear of like water and not being able to see into the water. Or I remember being like a kid. This is gonna sound really weird. I remember being a kid and I would like get so like my heart would like race on like a thing like Disneyland, the Jungle Cruise, where that water's so fucking nasty. Like they don't clean it ever. It's just like pure. It's almost like slime. And these like piranhas and like hippos would like launch out of it, and I would just be like, where the hell did those guys come from? Like, so just, yeah, I don't know. And The Creature from the Black Lagoon was like that movie, like that fear of mine realized in like a visual format, where I know in the movie they're showing you these scenes of like the creature swimming up and stuff like that, but they I feel like I'm taking a lot of like breathy pauses and just talking like a mile a minute, so this could not translate into an ASMR well, but I'm still going to title it as ASMR because I'd like to get this channel's ball rolling a bit. And I didn't grab enough items before I started recording this video, and I don't really feel like standing up, so I'm gonna just grab random shit and try to hit the 15-minute mark. This is a fidget thing for me. It's been something I've had since a little, man, I got a really bright light on me. It's been something I've had since I was like a little kid. It's like a, that might be really loud. It's just like a little pop cap gun, and something about it, I've just really just been like a fan of it. I would like twirl it a lot. Just something that just feels satisfying to do. I did not plan well enough ahead. I took a trip to Cairo, Egypt as a kid, and I've had this pharaoh. It's like a wolf statue. I think it's like made of metal, but like painted to look like gold or something like that, just like fool people. And it's pretty cool. It's been on my desk for as long as I can remember, and I don't know, it just looks kind of sick. Or like if you bought something like this in America, that was like a gift shop type thing. Like let's say you rode the Mummy at Universal, it would probably be like plastic or like a really cheap material, but it's so weighted. Like I would even say it's like a full pound just for something that feels like it's only a couple inches tall. I can also talk about, I ran out of stuff, so I'm just gonna talk about shit that I see on my desktop. I have installed too many game launchers such as Battle.net, Discord, Xbox, The Works, Steam, Epic Games, because you have to get Fortnite. And every time I relaunch my computer, my whole thing just gets bombarded with all these apps relaunching, and I fucking hate it, and I wish I could take them off my computer. And this might be really absurd to be talking about in an ASMR video, but I'm recording this after getting home from a bar, and I just wanted to upload something, so just bear with me here. If you somehow had this pop into your algorithm, just, hey, pop into your algorithm out of nowhere, I'm so sorry, but thank you for clicking on it. I don't know what was appealing enough for you to want to click on it. Maybe you saw Yoshi on my shelf and Squirtle. Or you just said, this looks like a video that was recorded in a crack den. You'd be close. But thank you for watching. Subscribe if you feel like that's something you... I'm not even saying like subscribe so you can catch more of my videos. I'm saying subscribe if you feel bad for me and you want to give me like a small insignificant boost in the algorithm. And I would greatly appreciate it, and you're helping me in a small way if you feel like you can spare that time. But hey, if I get more than 5 views on this and 1 like, maybe I'll upload again. But thank you so much. Sorry if you just heard the Razer Cortex notification and it blasted your eardrums out. Take it easy.